What weeks are we at? Last week was 9. This week is... No. 2 weeks ago was 9 and last week was 10. I don't film these videos within the time frame that I should. Something else to work on, but that doesn't have anything to do with writing, so I can't worry about it right now. I am 13% of the way to my overall goal and 41% of the way to my March goal. And it's not halfway through March yet, which means I might get halfway to my goal by the halfway point of the month, which hasn't happened yet so far. That's pretty cool. Since I last sat here and talked to you, and since my February reflection video, a lot has changed. I've learned a lot, I feel like. Sometimes as a writer, I feel like I go through very long periods of time where I am not learning anything new, and I start to feel stuck. And then all of a sudden, something starts happening, and I start paying more attention, and I feel like I'm learning something new every day. That's really exciting, and it's actually the reason that I wanted to do this 1 million words in a year challenge in the first place. I felt like I wasn't learning anything. I felt like I was just waking up and doing the same thing over and over and over again. I wasn't moving toward any goal other than like finish a book at some point, keep doing this blog thing, goals, but none that really had like a set endpoint. Now I feel like I'm working towards something not just up to December 31st, 2019, but to the end of every month. Right now I'm working toward the end of March and trying to get to a specific goal there. And I've also had weekly goals in the past. I want to write 25,000 words in a week. Now I have daily goals. Now, Monday through Friday, I'm setting my minimum at 3,000 words. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That's what Monday through Friday means. And I'm so far attempting to and have been successful at writing 5,000 words on Saturday and 5,000 words on Sunday. So 10,000 words over the weekend. So that comes out to 15,000 words like during the work week and 10,000 words on the weekend when I have more time to write and don't have to do my actual day job. All of the quote unquote work that I'm doing outside of work is writing. My work, like my day job, doesn't involve any writing. So the challenge has been, how do I get all these words in when I'm spending 8 hours plus a day not writing any words that I can count toward my goal? What I have found helpful, actually, and what I wish that I would have known, should have known. No, I won't say that. What I wish I would have known like last month, or even like in January, is that I need a set minimum word count goal. If my entire goal is word count based, I need very small goals to work toward to every single day. I talked about this a little bit in my reflection video, but I kind of want to elaborate on it as much as I can for anyone who cares. Every day in my planner, I would write, I want to work on my book, I want to work on this thing, and I want to work on that thing. Well, when it came time to, work on the second thing, sometimes I didn't want to work on that particular thing. I had an idea or felt inspired to work on a different project that would also count toward my word goal, but it wasn't the thing that I had written in my planner I wanted to do. So I felt stuck and kind of set in that this is what I have to do because I wrote it down. I have stopped doing that. All that I do now is I write down, you have to write 3,000 words today. And to me, that says it doesn't matter where those words come from or where they go into. It doesn't matter which client you're writing for today. It doesn't matter which book you're working on today. It doesn't matter how many blog posts you write today. As long as you get to that 3,000 word minimum, you are doing what you need to be doing. And whatever you quote unquote feel like working on that day, whatever you feel really motivated to work on, or whatever idea is just kind of in your head right now, you can work on that. You are free to work on whatever project you want, as long as it counts toward that word count goal. That has changed everything for me. I just went like this. You couldn't see it. I'm sorry. Everything is different now. That one very minor thing that I did different, or that I decided to try one day, has, with the exception of like March 1st, because I was still like kind of trying to figure out, honestly, if I was even going to keep doing this, I've met my word count goal every single day. Every single day. It's been a struggle some days. I think yesterday I wrote 3,008 words. Like there was no overachieving happening. It was like 10:30 and I was like, I need to get these words done, and I did it. I feel so much better about this whole thing because I realized I can do this. It's tiring. I'm a little bit exhausted. I'm trying really hard not to exhaust myself too much. But right now what I'm doing is working. And I think the important thing to remember when you are setting and working toward goals like this is that you may find something that works. And you may do that thing for a week, 2 weeks, a month, maybe a couple months. That thing might stop working eventually. That's what I have to keep reminding myself, is that something that works now may not work in the future, and you always have to be ahead of that. I think that's the hardest thing for people to understand is that your creative process, your writing process, whatever kind of process you want to call it, is always changing. It has to. I think it's because we get bored. Routines are very important to us, but we get bored with them very quickly, and changing things up keeps it exciting. Because here's the thing. The thing is that you may be very into what you're writing, and that's great, and that's a great place to be in. But it's not just about what you're writing. It's about the fact that you are writing. Where are you writing? What time are you writing? What tool are you using to write? Are you writing in a notebook? Are you using your laptop? Are you on a computer in your office? Sometimes just walking into a different room and writing there and going away from the place that you usually write, you suddenly feel like, oh, I have all these ideas now because I'm not in the same old place that I've always been. This is like a new concept to me, which is crazy because of how long I've been doing this. But this is the point that I'm trying to make in this crazy, exhausting thing that I'm doing. No matter how many years you have been writing, no matter how long this has been your dream, no matter how long you've been working toward it. My dog is going to stretch and sigh. Here it comes. Oh, you're so cute. I know you want more dog in these videos. It's not going to happen because she's sleeping. And my camera is in like the perfect place. I'm not moving it. Oh, shoot. What was I saying? It doesn't matter how long you've been doing this. You can and should never stop learning. You should always be striving to be learning new things, trying things a different way. I just listened to a podcast about this the other day. In businesses, when you are running a business, there's a name for this, and now, of course, I don't remember it. When you are running a business, the best time to change the way that you are doing things is when things are going well. So you don't want to wait until things have already fallen apart to make changes. You want to look at what's going well, and you want to say, okay, well, what's one thing that we can do better? And this is something I want to do with my blog at some point this year, because it's been pretty much the same thing for like years, and it probably should be something different, and I haven't figured out what that is. But that doesn't matter right now. So I want to encourage you. Whether things are going well for you in your writing or you feel stuck and they're not going very well at all, make some kind of change. This doesn't mean you have to stop working on what you're working on. This doesn't mean anything with your actual writing has to change. But the way that you approach it, even the location that you're in, the computer that you're using, the program that you're using to write in, make a really weird, seemingly insignificant small change, and everything might be different. You just don't know until you try it. And the best thing about this is that if you try something new, try something different, and it doesn't work, you can either try something else or you can go back to the thing that you were doing before and, I don't know, figure out how to make it work for you. I think the most fun part about writing and being creative within your own, bubble, let's call it for now, is the freedom to experiment and do things literally however you want to do them until you figure out stuff that works. I have a spreadsheet. My spreadsheet is insane. I know I have said that before on these videos. If I showed it to anyone, you would kind of like start worrying about me because it is something. It's something. But this is how I am doing this. A strictly numbers-based, how close am I to meeting my goal? Can I get ahead? If I am failing, quote unquote failing, how do I get back up to where I need to be? That is what works for me. Now, granted, I'm also focusing on writing good things and, the actual stories that I'm telling because that's important. But this whole numbers thing that I have going on in my head and needing to have all the numbers on track and in place, that is what's driving me right now. I love what I'm writing. It's not perfect. Not all of it is great, but I am having so much fun. And I know a couple weeks ago that was not the case because I felt like I was stuck. I felt like I was doing too much or all the wrong things. You can't give up when things get really hard. You can doubt yourself. You can question the value of what you're doing. These are all healthy things to do as long as you come up with some kind of strategy to make things better and you put that strategy into place and you make actionable goals and you do something and you put in the work and the effort to make it happen, and it happens because things are going to get better. They always do. You are always going to wake up one day and start feeling okay, and then you'll feel a little better the next day, and then you'll get back on track. And yes, the whole thing will derail again. I know that it will for me, and it will for you too. And I will be here talking about it when it does. But for now, I am on track, at least for this month. I don't know if I can get ahead and make up for lost time last month and the month before, but you better believe I'm going to try. Can I get to 50% of my March goal by halfway through March? Probably. Can I get to 100% of my goal or more? You're just gonna have to wait a week or 2 or 3 to see. Good luck with everything that you're working on this week and possibly the week after that if I don't come back for another 2 weeks. Have fun. Get all the writing things done, and remember, your words are worth it. Always.